Hello, bonjour, savant. How are we today? It is Wednesday, May the 28th, 2025, here in southwestern Ontario, Canada, by the beautiful shores of Lake Huron. Just looking out my big window here, it's getting dark. I think it's going to rain. Actually started out in my garden yesterday, my herb and vegetable garden, and wow, is it a mess. So that's where I'm going to be the next little while, as long as it's not raining. And I'm going to try to, you know, fix that mess out there. We'll see what happens. It's very interesting, the downloads, all of the insights and information that are coming through right now. It's very powerful. This is a very powerful time of picking up on these downloads and these new lines of time. So I was just preparing dinner last night, focusing on 3D things, and after dinner I was getting all of these downloads. Normally that happens when I set time aside, like in meditation or when I'm speaking with you or working with a client. But it came through, and everything I was hearing about was about timelines, because that's the main topic right now, because that's what's happening right now. And I was hearing about these 7 divine lines of time. And I was hearing about how we progress from our third dimensional higher mind, how we get reassigned into the fourth, the fifth, the diamond mind. And when we are in the sixth, the door opens into these transcendent material light fractures of the higher mind and incorporates the 7th divine line of time. So there's a lot of, I'm hearing it to say, misinstruction on this today. So we're going to pull it away and show you the truth of the energy today. Okay. I found it rather interesting. Of course, it's not like I can remember too much of it at this point in time. But okay, let's follow this train of thought here and see if there's any more information about these 7. I'm hearing it as new, whether that's new, like new to me, new hearing about this, or actually new being, created. We'll find out. Okay, so these 7 genetic divine lines of time are here to rewind your new spine of time, and it's going to variegate into a more dynamic sign, and that is your liberation on your new timeline. It's to create this new astrological divine sign and line of time so that we can, penetrate into the higher genetic diamond mind. So we're here to stay, we're here to play, we're here to give you a new alignment today, because that's how we find our own way. I was guided to watch this YouTube video this morning about the Merkaba. I haven't even focused on the Merkaba, I think, since 2006. It's been a long time, so I haven't really thought about it. The axotonal alignment that I do for an in-person session basically works with the, 6-pointed star. And that's amazing, just from that little energetic alignment that I do before I start the in-person sessions. That totally shifts and changes the person's perspective, outlook, their alignment, and their higher light. They're much easier to work with from a dynamic point of view of shifting their light cell energy frequency bodies of light into their higher diamond light. So this is important. I mean, sacred geometry is basically where it's at. That's all there is. It's all about frequency, and you hear that from us all the time. Frequency, point of curve or curvature of alignment in the higher divine lines of time it's all being realigned to a new spine of time. So there's this new genetic, I keep hearing it as an astrological visionary sign of time. We are genetically creating our own diamond mine by surging into that. And I'm hearing it's like we have surge protectors around us so we don't get, just blasted out of spirit sort of thing. But we get this particular, like a surge unit installed in us. It's like a higher vibratory lesson of learning, bridges burning. We start to realize our own frequency of light is what keeps us burning bright. So everything we need for transcendence, for performance in the higher light, is within the light cell energy frequency bodies of light, or batteries of light as I hear it being expressed. So these light cellular energy codes come in, they're uploaded into our new, more dynamic codes of light, or higher cellular lights, solar energy powered lights. So we can come to correlate that with our higher sun. It's a genetic genetic one. Yes, we're becoming more aligned with our central sun. Okay, there we go. That's what it is. So these new genetic lines of time, they're engraved into our new spine of time. When we get involved with this new dynamic line of time, we become more aligned with our pre-aligned energy spine. So we're speaking to you from our higher fifth dimensional mind, and we are giving you this information from the divine. God bless. We give you peace, love, and light. We are the sign of the new third dimensional mind. Okay, so this new awareness is coming into our 3D existence, in other words. Our fifth dimensional generational line of time is speaking to us through the third dimensional line of time. Because how else can we awaken if we don't get the higher codes from the higher genetic mind or line of time? So we're speaking to each other, and we're speaking to and within and about each other. So we're all hearing it from each other. And it's like there's this passage of time. And then we tune into the higher divine line, and then we start to regurgitate our higher mind. So the fifth dimensional mind makes the connection down through the ages into this testament of time. And this is where it develops internally in the third dimensional consciousness awareness that is divine. So we teach ourselves from the primal directive on time. Source starts to teach us about ourselves. We are remembering who we are, where we've been, and where we're going next on our path of enlightenment, if you want to call it that. So all of these genetically altered lines of time are genetically prosperous lines of time. They're the fifth through the ninth generational lines of time, and we're corrugating that to the higher dimensional frequencies of time. So we are now in our genetically modified new line of time. Who says everything genetically modified is bad for us? These in particular are very good for us, apparently, and so I am being told. So these new genetically modified or altered timelines are for us to be able to exhibit these higher dimensional frequencies or lines of time. So it's all about our fifth dimensional generational line of time coming into the third dimensional mind. From there, we can jump, as we've said this before. This is old news. This isn't new. Once we get there, then we can jump. You're in the third, you get the information downloaded from the fifth, so you're jumping from the fourth to the fifth, and from the fifth you can go on to the higher generational divine lines of time through the nine. So when we come in from the fourth dimensional mind, we are subjugating ourselves to the higher divine, and we're coming in through the higher genetic spine of time. We are a series of the divine line of time. Oh, it's kind of aggravating not to quite get the conscious awareness, like tapping into it, essentially, but hearing about it. It's not just about us feeling into it or vibrating along with that energy line of time or that frequency. It's about actually becoming that divine line of time. So it's not something that we are a witness to because it's of ourselves and we give to it of our own selves. So it's our own selves regurgitating our higher selves coming back into our fifth dimensional mind, which is of a higher divine line of time. We become the sublime line of time. So we are it. We are the line of time. We are the genetically altered line of time. And that's how we get altered. Because we come through that fifth dimensional circuitry of the higher mind that binds us to the lower line. So we have to shift and move through the third dimensional mind, the third eye that's been blind. We've got to wake that up, the pineal, so on and so forth. Talked about this for many years now. And you shift that energy, conscious awareness into your divine higher lines of time, which are you. You're giving direction to you from your higher state of consciousness awareness. I've always said it's all about you. It's always all about you. You're the one who created this, and you're the one who's resting and digesting it. You're the being of light whom you've been looking for. You may be able to relate to that statement. I'm sure we've all heard other people say that before, right? So you're coming through from your higher existence through into the interdimensional lines of time, into space and time. Okay, so you're outside of space and time. You come in, and through the third eye mind, where you've been blind, you awaken to this proposition from our higher selves, from the higher parts of you, the divinity parts that says, wake up. This is your wake-up call. Don't participate anymore in the fall. And don't stall. So don't wait any longer. Okay? Or you'll stall out completely. And you won't find your circuitry, your pathway back through the lower line of time. It can't, because it doesn't go anywhere. It basically, it just peters out, as we've heard this before. It just, like that balloon that loses the air inside of it, it just shifts outward and is gone. It dissipates. It no longer is aligned with its higher dimensional line of time, so it can't. It has no source code ability anymore to grasp onto its higher light. So the seventh dimensional line of time, the seven divine lines of time, that's where we correlate with our higher divine line of time. And if these energies can be more sublime, they will be higher than, I'm hearing the 10th diamond mind, 10th dimensional line of time. But it always starts at the 5th. Okay, so when we're down here in the lower reaches of time or realms of time, we cannot be thoroughly divine. So we have a glimpse of it. We have a certain amount of energy from it, a certain frequency code of alignment with it. But then we lose it if we rest and digest it out and we don't take it forward into our seventh dimensional line of time. So the fifth is the connector point. To get from here to there, in the seventh dimensional line of time, we have to be more sublime. In other words, we have to resonate with our higher dimensional line of time. And that's only through the divine, because that's the code. That's the only genetic code that works, that functions. It's like your password on your computer or your phone or wherever, your bank account. If you don't have that password code to unlock your system of light, you will not burn very bright. You have to have your password code in tight. So these higher dimensional reaches of time have the divine code encoded in their higher light. Sure, you've already heard about this. This has to do with your wavelengths of time. Wasn't it? What was that man's name? Greg Braden. Did he not talk about this in the God Code, his book called The God Code? Anyway, it's not like the information is not out there. It's just that with us, of course, it comes through in rhyme. And then we have to translate it for you. Unless you're on the same wavelength as our divine rhyme. Yeah, probably not. So, this encodes you to your higher genetic divinity line of time. And that's where you become sublime. So you're coming in, we heard this a million times before, you drop down from the fifth down into the lower realms, which is around the third, the fourth. And then you rest and digest that information from the higher codes, the direct linkage. It's a genetically inclined code, in other words, your DNA. That starts getting expressed in you. It starts bringing back the memory codes, the memories of times past when you were in your divinity line of time and not in this space-time capsule. And then you jump out of that and you come back into your fifth dimensional line of time and you understand how to be sublime. In other words, you understand how to get back to your highest timeline. And that's when you're encoded to your higher divine line of time. And it depends on whichever strength of energy field that you've got, which dimensional or interdimensional conscious awareness that you're going to be aligned with. In other words, that you can jump into. Aligning those codes with the codes of the divine lines of time. It's got to be a match. Okay? You have to be a divine match or you're going nowhere. Nowhere in space or time. And unless you can jump out of this matrix of the third dimensional mind, you're never going to make it to the seventh dimensional line of time. And that is your frequency alignment that we've been talking about for so long. This information today is just giving you a little bit more heads up about it. It's just giving you a little bit more, I'm hearing it like security about how it functions, like how to make it there. And we've talked about how to make it there for like how long now? And it's always through the shifting of your frequencies into the different joints of time. If you want to look at it like that, like your spine of time, they're different joints, different connector points where you can zoom in and out of time. And if you're not pre-aligned for that divine line, you're not going to make it on this particular line of time. Doesn't mean your genetic codes can't be realigned, to another one somewhere else, some other time. But right now, this is a genetic time overhaul into your highest divinity line that's calling you home, basically. Calling you home. E.T. Phone Home. Remember that movie? How could we forget that movie? It's like an institution now, right? It's in our complexes of thought. Yeah. So divinity cannot be bought. That's what I'm hearing to say. Divinity cannot be bought, but it can be taught. So we're teaching you the divinity lines of time and how to gain ground, how to gain through that filter of light, of your higher light, to achieve your own backbone. And that's how you clear your energy insight, and that's how you come back to your higher light. We are giving you the blueprint and the cosmic insight of how to get back to your higher light. So bless each other. Come from gratitude. Come from fulfilling your higher light. Come from love. The love frequency is the best. It's the best. That's how you get from here to there. You don't get there from fear, from the fear frequency, doubting yourself, hating yourself and others, crippling yourself with dis-ease of heart and spirit. You're never going to make it that way. In fact, you're going to drag others down. And maybe that's what you want. You want to have company. Misery loves company. I'll tell you, I've seen that so many times, especially from my mother. You can't go down with them. Doesn't matter what relationship they are. Your parent, your children, your lover, your ex, it doesn't matter. Your favorite cousin, it doesn't matter. They can't hold you back from your divinity line of time. Don't give them the function, ability to be able to do that. Right? The functional is dysfunctional. So don't cave, don't give in. You got to be strong right now. You got to have courage to follow your higher light. Follow your Merkaba training. Follow the sacred geometry, pathways, neural networks in the brain back to your highest light. And if you're not sure about all of this stuff that we're talking about today, follow your path. Your path light, your higher light cell energy frequency bodies of light will lead you back. And all you have to do is ask, show me, and you'll get shown one way or the other. Follow the signals. Okay, follow the pathways. The neural networks know what they're doing. They're in the brainstem for a reason, and in the conscious awareness. It's kept at the back of the brain, okay? It knows what it's doing. It's already pre-programmed when you got in here. So that sequence of thought that's held within the back of the brain stem, there's a conscious knowledge in there. There's a conscious aware knowledge back in there. And it holds your peace. And it holds your alignment to your higher light. Don't give in to the lower fright. Right? That's how they take you out. That's how you get kicked out of your higher diamond light. You're afraid of something, somebody, lack in your life. Even if you're doing poorly in all ways, health, wealth, whatever, you have to step out of that feeling, that frequency of being bound to your past, because the past does not last. So you have to step out of that fear frequency. It's a little bit harder when you don't have the things, physical things in your life that you want to have. But you have to overcome that thought. It's a thought. It's a thought wave. And that you have to step out of. And that's the trick. It's like being an addict. You have to break the habit, the pattern of thought that engulfs you in that habit, that addiction. To be able to step out of the addiction, then you have to deal with the emotional base, which is why you got into the addiction in the first place. So it's almost like a catch-22 situation. You have to take, I'm going to use the word control, of yourself and not of anybody else. And how many times have we heard that? So this isn't about control. This isn't about fear. This is about love and projecting your love light on others. It's total honesty. It's total purity of thought and vibration. And that's how you get kicked up into the higher plane of knowledge and awareness and understanding, consciousness arising. And from there you take your place in your higher space, in your higher interdimensional space. And from there, higher spirit light takes over, the guidance system kicks in the central brain and the nervous system, and it shows you the path, the route. The neural networks follow a path already prescribed to you, for you, from your past existences. So you got it. It's already there. You got it all. All right? You got it all. The only way you don't have access to it is if you fear it. That means you fear yourself. You fear your own power, and you want to generate fear for others. Why would you want that? That is evil. Okay, you want to know what evil is? That's evil. Keeping people down and out and away from their higher selves, their higher connections back to source. It's criminal. Okay, it's criminal. I'm not hearing anything else to say. Just double checking. Nope, that's it. It ended just like that. So anyway, that seemed to be quite a lot. I want to go out in the garden and, recreate that mess out there. So I'm going to go. Have a wonderful day. I hope this made sense. There was a lot to it there. Just take it a little bit at a time. Take it in little portions. And just keep repeating it until it makes sense, because inevitably it will make sense at some point, and it will awaken that curvature of the spine of the divine line of time. All right, it's just reprocessing those genetic loops that you've got in there, and it will reawaken you eventually. Okay, so gain some more codes. Okay. Love you always. Take care of yourselves and others. If you wish to connect with us, it's www.healingourenergy.ca. We'll see you another day. Bye for now.